Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, sim racing fans of all ages, welcome into the Bump and Run Cup Series. Tonight we're coming at you live from the virtual paperclip. It's Martinsville Speedway for 125 laps of some short track action. I'm Sean Stam. We got the one, we got the only. His name's Justin, y'all. We like to call him the Y'all-mentator. Justin, how are you doing on this wonderful, magnificent racing evening?
To be here, folks. Glad to be here with you, Mr. Sean, and we're in for a treat. The paperclip always provides actions, whether you're at the office or at the racetrack. It doesn't really matter. Martinsville is its own beast, and somebody's going to walk away with a grandfather clock tonight. Not really sure if that's true or not, but a virtual grandfather clock.
Man, we're going to see it's all about rhythm, patience, and timing to get that virtual Martinsville clock tonight for the Bump and Run Cup Series. 125 laps, we'll see who can master it tonight as we take a look at these point standings. And real quick, just to clear up a thing or two as we look at these point standings. Sure, you do see up there Kyler McCarthy, Tyler Massey, Austin Mice. This is that's all kind of a separate run for points as they're running for rookie points. And then you have kind of the regular guys like Justin Steve, Tyler Myers, Chris Campbell. Chris Campbell actually leading the regular standings. So we're going to crown two champions, not next week at Phoenix, but actually the week after that at Gateway, I do believe. We're going to stand by for confirmation on that. But as we cut live to virtual trackside action here for tonight, Justin, what are we going to have to look for as we take a look at the weather and race analysis? Already mentioned the 125 laps, but I think more importantly that weather as things start to cool off.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to really watch who's going to get aggressive. How long do we kind of keep the simmering down before it starts getting rowdy out here a little bit? So, man, it's going to be interesting to see the tempers get flaring early on, or do we have some good green flag laps before we start getting it beating and banging later on in the run?
Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight before we do get some beating and banging. It's going to be the Kyler McCarthy machine, 24 won it in real life. You just slapped it out there on the pole. Mark Berry, Matthew Fitz, David Berry, Samuel Litchfield, Austin Mice, Tyler Massey right there, 6'7", Charles Van Schwinn, Daniel Higgins, Chris Campbell, Brian Huntley Jr., Travis Farmer right there rounding out the top 12.
Let's look at the 13th. That's going to be Joe Stein, Robbie Bice 14th, Justin Steves 15th, Cameron Smith 16th, and Terry Dougie 17th. So going to be fun. See how everybody kind of wills this thing around through here. And boy, who's going to make the first, kind of crucial mistake here of seeing it way off in there.
Keep an eye on this battle for the inside line earlier on here tonight from Martinsville Speedway. It's the virtual paperclip. We're about to kick things off. Green flag running. We are getting towards the end of the season of the Bump and Run Cup Series, and what a season it's been. It's now virtual green flag racing. Kyler McCarthy dives it down there into turn number 1. He's got Mark Berry right up top down the outside line. Second place and third place. Third and fourth belonging to Matthew Fitz. Samuel Litchfield's out here tonight in the Bump and Run Cup Series. Right behind him, Tyler Massey takes the inside. Also right behind Massey, it's Austin Mice losing a spot here earlier on, but he's also trying to fight for his right to park that inside line. We're already coming to lap 2 down that back stretch. It looks like a drag. It looks like a drag race down there. Looks like 37 of Litchfield able to solidify P number 4.
As they come off of turn number 4, lap number 2 going to go in the books, looking at lap number 3. Around we go. McCarthy, Berry, Fitz, Litchfield, and Berry going to round us out through here. A lot of battling right there in the middle of the pack. It's kind of a two-horse race up there right now with Berry and McCarthy in the front 2 spots. And Sean, we saw this a lot in practice. You've got to really manage that corner exit. These cars love to slide and get loose as they work their way off the corner.
Yeah, we saw that a lot in practice, especially off of those lower tire pressures that these teams love to start these stints off on. The tires look like they're relatively flat starting one of the stints here from Martinsville, but they're going to continue to build those pressures and build temperatures later on in their runs. It's starting to look single file from the first about 7 or 8 positions. And Charles Van Schwick, it's deja vu as well right now for the 41 up there in time, scoring for 23 up there on track. How many times have we seen Mr. Charles Van Schwick slice, dice, work his way through the pack after really not the qualifying effort that he was looking for?
That's his claim to fame. Oh, first caution. Going to come to you here tonight. Let's take a look at that's Terry Dougie. Going to spin that 14 around, and he's going to fight the wall right there. Come on, Terry, get her backed up there. Oh, watch the field, Terry. Watch the field.
Lock her down, lock her down. Hang on, boys.
Pause. Time out.
Looks like Terry Dougie was able to get him locked and loaded. He's going to go 1 lap down with this little incident here. Speaking of this little incident, let's see what happened to him. Kind of running here. Oh, does he kind of clip the apron? It looked like there, so we kind of caught the end of it. And just he's kind of slams the throttle pedal down, keeps it off the wall. I'll give him that.
Yeah, you got to just keep the hammer down right there. Swings it wide. I think this is 1 and 2 leading up to it. Somebody bouncing off. I think it's Joe Stipe bouncing off the wall of 2 there. Let's see here. Do we have any help here? Works his way around through here. And that's still good doing.
All right, here, I'll help us out. I'll fast forward it here. It's going to be right here. I want to say he clipped the apron, but I swear he gets up on that curb.
I guess we're going to change the song this week. I fought the curb in. The curb one.
Let's see if he did indeed. Yeah, I mean, it looked like he just barely nicked it there, and that's all it took to send the number 14 around back to 17th position. While we have a quick moment also, Justin, let's take a look at the drop of the green flag as well. This is Kyler McCarthy and Mark Berry were out up front. McCarthy really was able to work that race lead, work that start pretty clean. Mark Berry hung on the outside line for maybe a quarter of a turn there, and then it was some really good battling out there throughout the pack for a couple of laps.
You know, these front 2 right now, that's kind of been the class of the field, and they got to, I mean, stress it. I mean, now, do you think we can maybe make it on 1 stop here? Do you think, we're going to have to hit it a couple times? Or do you think we could just go the whole way?
Golly. I know we have a couple drivers out there down there in YouTube land. We also have Carrie, Terry, and hey, there's Kyler. He's waving at us down there virtually. That's a great question because you may be able to make the 1-stop work, but as far as the right side tires go, I didn't really run any official races, to be honest, but these short track tires here within the iRacing universe, I think they're kind of the softer variety maybe under this next caution. We can double check there in the 24 and see what he thinks about it, but we'll get back to 2x2 from this virtual racing zoo. It's Kyler McCarthy back out to the race lead. Mark Berry is out there on the outside, and take a look at the inside line. It continues to form up once again. There's Matthew Fitz, our race winner from last week at Talladega. He's worked his way, really fall back to BT. Oh no, Matthew Fitz, he gets the Sean and Tanner curse. He gets slid into. Matthew Fitz, heavy damage. The number 25 with damage as well.
Boy, that is a stack up and a half right there. A lot of damage to the nose of that number 25 machine. He was, obviously started off P2, a little bit of nose damage right there. That's going to affect the aero. I don't think really at a place like this it's going to be affected way too much. We'll just have to kind of wait and see as this race rolls on. But man, you hate that for Barry and you hate that for Fitz. 2 guys are looking for a good run to kind of set themselves up going into good next week at Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, especially a driver that we have seen time and time again have the speed, have the pace, but we've also also seen kind of the unlucky kind of portion of the season here for Mr. Matthew Fitz. Let's take a look and see what happens to him here. Is just nowhere to go. Is I don't know if, well, let's rewind that here just a little bit. Billy Bogg, forklift driver out here. I wonder if Mark Berry has contact with Samuel Litchfield that kind of starts this.
Let's see here. Oh.
I have to rewind it one more time here, see if there was contact between the 37 and the 25, kind of middle of your screen. It was definitely close, whether it was contact or not. 25 gets sent into Matthew Fitz, and then it's kind of no man's land from this point on.
Boy, that thing just, I mean, Fitz is just kind of, unfortunately, the odd man out there. Cameron Smith kind of collect a little bit there.
Joe Stipe coming in there as well, kind of give the rear bumper tap there as he gets it slideways coming out there through 3 and 4. Let's hop on board with Joe Stipe. Oh! Charles Van Schwicht on the inside with a nice save. Looks like the 37 of Mr. Samuel Litchfield able to drive away from it, but shown right now live into the pits is the number 37. All right. That was, we've already had 2 cautions. Kerry is guessing 8 cautions here tonight. Kyla McCarthy
I like that guess.
Lead.
I like that guess.
I'm with the even numbers as well. I think I'll stand by her there. This is pretty cool. Terry met up with Kyler and Kerry out there over this the weekend, and there you see a picture of them having a blast there. Kyler McCarthy, let's see if he smiles this hard, taking him to the green flag and what could be the white and checkered a little bit later on in the run. But glad that y'all had some fun up there in Fort Worth, and well, let's see if Kyler McCarthy's able to continue to have some fun tonight.
Sick invite, guys.
Yeah, hey, it was a week too late.
Yeah, a week late. God, I was
Next
a week.
time.
I was in Dallas last weekend.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, good job there by Massey, giving up the spot. Going to take care of that hot rod. Be there at the end, but here comes the other Berry, David Berry. Not going to go away. A little blink right there. And that number 2 machine of Higgins. Well, how about the road course ringer? He's hanging tough here on the paperclip, Sean.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. How about Daniel Higgins? Kind of reminded me of some Shane Van Gisbergen here tonight. He had a really good run out there in the real life Martinsville. But back to the race lead here. David Berry got on the inside of Kyler McCarthy out of the exit of turn number 4. He kind of muscled him up the racetrack, but did it with kind of clean, calm, and cordially there. It's David Berry to the race lead. Tyler Massey to P2, and the man we were just talking about, the road course ringer, Daniel Higgins to P3. Not sure what it is about some short track racing, but maybe it's just how you can kind of diamond these corners late or kind of set up the corners. Daniel Higgins smacks it down there into 4th gear, smacks it into 3rd this time, and 3 and 4 as we have another caution on the racetrack.
Let's take a peek. Who done spun it out?
Oh, it's Robbie.
Oh, Robbie Bice, not the Montgomery native. Dang, Robbie.
Track temps are down. I was just going to say real quick, I've seen on the timing and scoring, track temps are continuing to rise. I wonder if this kind of has something to do with this spin here, if it's self-induced or not. Oh, it's another apron.
I fought the apron then.
Apron one.
Gonna be one of them nights. They're gonna hate hearing us sing that. We're gonna have an album coming out at the end of the year.
Yeah, just all of our little singing clips.
Yeah.
Hey, I get behind it. I'd pre-order it. Let's hop on board with Mr. Robbie Bice. And, I mean, Justin, y'all, I know you have some drag racing experience. I know that these drivers are trying to twist the chassis coming off of these corner exits. But what do you see here as we hop on board with Mr. Robbie Bice?
See here. Listen to the throttle. Yeah, he just gets it. And when you hit that apron, man, it just upsets the car and everything. And it don't take a whole lot to really upset them, especially when you're coming in pretty hot. So it don't take a lot to upset them, but a little twist and them turtles, I guess you call them. I mean, it don't take a lot, and them things will upset the car, and you're going spinning.
So if you see on our bottom bumper there, we got Samuel Litchfield into the pits. He's got some pretty good front damage on the front nose of that Dark Horse Ford Mustang NASCAR Technical Institute machine. He's going to try to get some of that fixed up here. Like you mentioned a little bit earlier on in the race, Justin, it's really not too much of an aerodynamic dependent track, but you're going to want kind of every little bit of help you can get. Matthew Fitz is also still down here in pit lane. Looks like he's trying to get his damage fixed up as well on that number 69.
And just a reminder, folks, we do not do fast repairs here, so it's not like pull in, get it fixed up, and send it right back out. No, you got to sit there and let them get some of the damage fixed, and you roll on. You can't get down too many laps. You know, when you're at a bigger track like Talladega, getting down a lap or two is not terrible. You get down a couple laps here, it's going to be tough to try to get those laps back.
All right, we're side by side down the back straightaway. We still got Carrie and Terry. Kyler McCarthy is down there live in YouTube land. And if you're down there, join us in vertical land. Make sure you mosey your way on over to the horizontal broadcast to get your live YouTube chat read as we are green flag racing again from the virtual paperclip. How about Tyler Massey up there on that outside line?
There he goes, spin.
Oh, there we go. Barry, he's going to fight for his right to party down the inside line. It's a drag race going into 3.
Oh, who is that? Who is that?
Oh,
is that Joe Stipe? That is Joe Stipe. Joe could be a menace here. Start calling him Dennis.
This is going to be interesting. How does the race leader of David Berry work around this lap traffic? Looks like he's going to make it easier said than done. Slices, dices, works down the inside. Tyler Massey, last lap by me, he got way up the racetrack, way into that kind of dirtier portion of it down there in 3 and 4. He's going to lose that race lead, but he'll slot back into P2. Road course ringer Daniel Higgins to P3 in that Toyota Camry. How about Brian Utley Jr.? Oh no, we got another caution out here. It's the number, is that 28 again?
Boy, rough night right now. Rough night for that 28. He just did we fight the apron again?
Take a look at this bearded bear custom hides. Look at this race replay and see. No, he did not.
Have some help.
I think the only help he has would maybe just the trying to push himself even further into the corner, if that makes sense, as you try to just, yeah, you're fighting for pace lap after lap, corner after corner here from this, half-mile track of Martinsville. There's, Justin, these straightaways are only 800 feet each, and especially going back to some drag racing, Tristan, these chassis off the line, that's really not a lot of time to set up one of these stock cars and get them kind of the nose, it turned and kind of sunk into the racetrack there. I think that's another reason that we've continued to see some kind of loss of grip there from mid-corner going on to corner exit. Lucky he didn't spin it up pit lane, get a black flag.
Yeah, these cars right here aren't set up for giddy up and go off the corner. It takes them a little bit to kind of get wound up, unlike a drag car, you know. The way you kind of work on a drag car is look at your 60-foot incremental. That'll kind of help you, you know, kind of baseline where you're at, you know. And these cars, you know, they're not set up to get off real quick. You got to kind of get it wound up through there. So, but they're not going to have a lot of oomph coming off the corner, but they're going to have some giddy up coming into the corner.
I think it's so funny to talk about these next-gen machines, or any kind of stock car for that matter, but especially these next-gen cars, completely sort of revamped. Kind of, we've seen road course racing be a big thing that they've focused on with these different transaxles and the bigger tires, bigger brake calipers, sequential gearbox as well. But I wonder if it's kind of the more aerodynamic game that's really keeps. I mean, shoot, we've seen some really good short track racing tonight, but I'm talking real life racing. Well, I think the new Goodyear the new Goodyear compound helped, but the aerodynamics, I think, on these kind of short track packages of this next gen machine, if we get that figured out, this is going to be one of the best, if not the best generation NASCAR that's at least I've been around for, is we are side by side through the pack, getting ready to go once again. I think I saw a driver, that's the number 37 of Litchfield, trying to catch back the pack here as the pace car is already off. Side by side through it as we are waiting for it now. Green flag, David Berry, Tyler Massey. Look at Brian Utley Jr., Daniel Higgins, Charles Van Schwick already up there to P5.
Boy, here we go, working our way around through here. Off into the corner, we are going to make it well, side by side still. You got to wonder, you got to take care of these tires. There goes somebody in the pit. I think that was Mark Berry going into the pit.
You're correct.
But you got to wonder, these guys on the outside, they're burning up these tires. Here comes Huntley. Going to look for the P2 here. And if you're Massey, you've got to get to the bottom. You've got to protect that bottom right now because Huntley is on the move. Higgins going to miss the floor a little bit. That's going to open up the floor right there for Chris Campbell. He's going to get a good run off through there. Working her way around through here. Huntley's still looking for P2 right there with Tyler Massey.
How about Brian Huntley Jr.? He is not only a league owner, he is a racer at heart. That number 88 machine out of Toms River, New Jersey, currently running third position. And Brian Huntley, I think he could possibly be a driver to watch tonight in that Shane Van Gisbergen inspired machine. And of course, our regular point season race leader, a regular point season leader of Chris Campbell running fourth position. That's a Bearded Bear Custom Hides Toyota Camry. He's also showing some pretty nice pace tonight. Fastest last lap by was a 19.18. Fastest lap by for Chris Campbell as he's trying to chase our P3, P2, and P1 David Berry's last lap by was 18.93, so a tenth or two of a second faster than Chris Campbell.
They are moving right along through here. Lab's going to start quicking off pretty quick, so you got to take care of that hot rod if you're that 24 machine. Also going to come up the racetrack just a little bit. You know, you got to wonder though, McCarthy's really putting it in on that outside line. Don't wear those right sides out and not have any left towards the end of this race. I don't think we've seen our last caution, but you don't want to wear your tires out too early in the run and not have them there towards the end of it, and you're back in the pack again.
Yeah, this is an interesting position that Kyler McCarthy is in right here, right? Because, okay, there, he finally is able to kind of slot down there. No, unless, now Cameron Smith is down to the inside. So Kyler McCarthy was fighting for his right to party. He was fighting against their Austin Mice, that McConey setup shot number 97. Oh no! Cameron Smith gets way deep into the corner, locks the tires up. He gets into Kyler McCarthy. That's, I was going to mention Kyler's just trying to get back into the inside line there. We saw the reaction time from the foot cam that all of our Stam Studio Network members love there. It was a fast reaction time, cat-like reflexes there for the 24. Kyler McCarthy saying, sorry, Mr. Justin Steves right here, but I'm going to try to get back up there as we have another caution on the racetrack.
Yeah, I started to wonder right there how quick until McCarthy started sending that baby even further and further in there.
I think it's going to be the number 25 of Mark Berry. Remember, he started up there in, what was that, P2, I believe. That Alabama Crimson Tide had some very nice pace earlier on in the race. Now it looks like, I don't know if this is a hardware issue or what, but looks like crawling to a, oh, okay, now he's going to take that toe into pit lane. Let's see what happens to the number 25, brought to you by Cotton Bowl Speedway, just outside of Austin, Texas.
Let's take a look-see. Oh,
I fought the curb in the curb one.
curve one. Well, the tide was not rolling in there.
Oh, that's a good one. Put that one on a shirt.
I'm sorry. That was terrible.
No, I'll give it to you.
Yes.
I was just going to mention not McCarthy. Brian Huntley Jr. I see into pit lane. Oh, also Kyler McCarthy is in as well. He has that first pit box. That's that William Byron pit stop that the pit box that I think kind of won him the race last weekend. Kyler McCarthy still into the box. Looks like that's going to be Chris Campbell, Brian Huntley Jr., Austin Mice, and then finally Kyler McCarthy out there out of the pits. Joe Stipe is in as well, finally back out. Justin Steves into the pits. Hey, Justin, it's pretty cool that we have Justin out here back out on track. He missed what was it, a month or two of racing earlier on, just due to some health stuff there. Just barely avoids going one lap down here out on the virtual Martinsville racetrack. That's pretty special for both those reasons.
Yeah, glad to have Steve's back out here. Pretty big part of the bump and run series, so glad to have him back with us, and hoping he can get a good run here. You know, just kind of, I guess, getting his feet wet again, but man, good to have him back with us, that's for sure.
Let's see, do we have enough time? Okay, we got a whole pace lap here. Let's check in on all YouTube land. Oh my God, they're going crazy. Carrie's saying hi.
I'll out over YouTube chat.
Edward Malena has joined us. I think I'm saying that last name right. Carrie has said the number 5 and then got a caution emoji there. Yeah, Carrie, I don't know, for that magic number of 8, it might be a little bit early. As, well, David Berry, this is going to be fun to see. Remember, Justin, that's another road course ringer. David Berry had quite a bit of pace from, I believe that was Watkins Glen earlier on in the season. We'll see if he's got that short track pace as well, as he's going to lead us down there into the green flag on the inside line. Tyler Massey has some short track pace as well, but as these tires have kind of fallen back on their tires as well as pressures, it's gonna kind of be a little bit of a feat to try and get these cars back up to where they need to be, both handling as well as speed-wise. No pun intended there as we cut to Mr. Kyler McCarthy's foot cam.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Oh, Massey with a big bump off the wall there. He's gonna have to get to the inside. That's the way you make steam around this place, is right there on the inside. Gonna have to try to get him cleared, try to maybe get him cornered, but he's gonna do so coming down the straightaway. Get it towards the bottom right there. Hug that apron, and away they come off the corner. Good job right there. Caution again on the speedway. Who's around?
I'm showing it's the 37 this time. Oh man, Samuel Litchfield.
Boy, that thing's tore up. Not tore up, tore up.
Out of Greensboro there. He probably going to have to be searching some, what are they called? Searching some, I don't know, some Facebook Marketplace for some new Dark Horse Ford Mustang bumpers there.
Start calling Carson Hocelar.
Yeah, man, my buddy and I were watching the race over the weekend, and man, Hosey, what was going on there? Speaking of what was going on, let's take a look and see what happens. I don't think he's going to have help. He looks kind of... Oh, no! He does have help, but it's not the way that you would think. It's Steves who goes around, and then Samuel Litchfield is just nowhere to go.
That's how it usually goes.
Especially from here at Martinsville Speedway. Let's see what happens in 3 and 4. It was a kind of a checkup all gone wrong. A little bit of a lockup there from Travis Farmer. He stays out of it. Oh, no, the Bearded Bear Custom Hides machine, Chris Campbell, was also involved in it as well.
Boy, that's a stack up and a half right there. That's a crew. A motley crew, if you call it. Look at that.
Oh, you mug.
Somebody go just a spinning here.
No,
boy, that 37 crunched.
Yeah, man. We've talked about kind of aerodynamics not being a factor tonight, but I think if that front nose for the number 37 of Litchfield, I mean, it's continued to take a beating. We'll see if aerodynamics do matter and see if Litchfield does pit. As right now we only do have 2 drivers shown 1 lap down, that being the 37 and the 25 of Litchfield and Mark Berry. The lights are still out on pit lane. Lights are still on the iRacing safety pace car. Let's see if they're still going to be out here. Hang on, wait for it. All right, we're going to take a quick break here on Stam Studio. Oh, no, we're not, because the lights are out. I'm glad that I checked here. Justin, we are 2 by 2 through the fields. What have you kind of seen thus far here from the virtual pay-per-clip? Has anything caught your eye, or any driver caught your eye to lock themselves into that final championship race? Not from Phoenix, but from Gateway, so we think, in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, nobody, I mean, there's not one certain person, but it's just the drive of some of these guys, man. We're early on in this race, and we're smashing hot rods up, and I mean, we had a longer than about a 15-lap run yet. So just kind of the aggressiveness so far has kind of been the keynote, I think, so far. What would you say, Sean?
I'm right there with you, and the league owners didn't make it known that race control is on their money tonight. So they're going to be watching for some dive bombs as well as watching some wall riding. But it's not really been any. It's not been any turns on purpose, I'm trying to say here. It's just been elbows out. That's what we've seen, especially on these race restarts, as we now see David Berry once again race restart his way back out to the race lead. We're already 53 laps down, and here comes Kyler McCarthy. He's going to look down the inside of Daniel Higgins, the number 2 Toyota Camry. The only 1 out of 2 Toyota Camrys are out here on track. Kyler McCarthy, he's going to look down the inside line once again. The number 28 of Robbie Bice gets loose as a goose. They're coming out of turn number 4.
Bice is having to fight for everything he's got right now to keep this 28 just rolling. That 28 is giving him all sorts of fits here tonight.
I get it.
Giving fits to teammates in case you didn't get it. But man, he is. Bice just doing everything he can to try to just keep this rig rolling.
Look at him. He is struggling right there.
Yeah, that thing may have a little bit of damage, so it's just kind of upsetting the car.
Oh, another one.
Boy, howdy. I mean, we are tearing up some race cars here tonight.
Terry. Jinx almost, I guess. Terry Duggan goes around, and man, Carey.
Why, Terry? Why?
Oh no. Is that our one? Yeah, you see on the back bumper there, our only driver out of the out of Canada tonight's man, Terry Duggan. Let's see what happens to that number 14.
Hey.
That was so funny. You and I both said, all right, whatever. Let's see what happens to Mr. Duggan this time. That fits right up out there in front of him. I believe this is through 3 and 4. Oh no, there goes the 25 mark. Murray. No.
Boy, that tide is getting
turned.
Thrashed. Tide is not rolling tonight. I repeat, the tide is not rolling.
It's just because I don't have Saban, and I mean, Kalen DeBoer is, okay, here we go. Riding on board with Duggan.
All right. All right.
Oh, you know it's bad when I start turning the Yamentator into Matthew McConaughey with some all rights. I gotta take a quick break here, Justin. I'm scared to cut to a quick commercial break here unless we do.
Don't worry, I got this.
All right.
I got this.
All right, babysit the viewers. I'll be right back here, Justin. You got it, man.
Listen to me, chat. I am in charge. I am the captain now. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. Glad y'all are with us. Appreciate y'all tuning in each and every week. All right, let's think of our question of the week here. We kind of been doing this again. Let's see. All right. What track do we think is the hardest track to pass on in the NASCAR circuit? Me personally, I believe Martinsville, because I mean, you're gonna piss somebody off. You're gonna piss in their Cheerios. You know, you're gonna get them riled up a little bit. So I think that one's pretty high on the old list there. Well, let's hear your opinion down there in YouTube chat. What do you think is the hardest track to pass on?
What I miss?
I asked the question of what do they think the hardest track to pass on in NASCAR is.
Oh, it's got to be here, right?
That's what I said, just because you got to move somebody out the way.
Let's see what we could see from some passing opportunities here from Martinsville Speedway. Take a look at that inside line and how you can kind of compare to the outside. Let's see who gets a run and who is able to work their way back into the inside line. How about Brian Huntley Jr., one of the race league owners? He's out to the point. Kyler McCarthy's right there, P2. Daniel Higgins, road course ringer, P3.
The road course ringer kind of hanging around here.
Oh, we got one going around.
Oh, Massey!
Massey wasn't the only one going around there. I saw, I think, one or two. Yeah, we got Travis Farmer. We also have Chris Campbell around here. That was kind of that was an avalanche effect. Call that what you will.
Well, that was a accordion effect.
Came back just in time for that one. Holy cow. All right, so here's kind of how this all started, I do believe. Okay, well, we're going to have to rewind this because it's look at Charles Van Schwick as well as, I think that was the 68 of Chris Campbell here. Okay, so Charles, he has contact with Travis Farmer on the inside. That ends up sending that Goat Racing Diecast 23 machine around. I mean, a massive save there. Chris Campbell with cat-like reflexes as well as, well, Tyler Massey, I think, also saw this happening in front, but he just had nowhere to go.
Not a whole lot to go. Not a whole lot of place to hide your kids, hide your wives. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Chuck just kind of unfortunate. And then it's just accordions with Massey getting locked up there.
Dude, how did Chuck save this? I think we have the virtual onboard cam with them here. Yeah, how? Look at his wheel. It's got to go. Oh, the steering wheel didn't even go to the right. I mean, Charles looks like he just hung on for dear life, and that worked. That's pretty impressive.
That was quite the impressive feat because to not only not wrap that thing into a wall,
look at it at speed.
Keep it straight. Yeah. I mean, it's so quick. It's kind of funny that Farmer helped straighten him back out, and then Farmer spins out himself.
The yins and yangs of short track racing. Here's how Farmer ends up getting spun. Yeah, after the contacts there. He had it and missed, but it looks like kind of the frame rail or what's left of the diffuser rubbed there up and off of the apron and kind of sent Travis Farmer around. No damage there as we'll get side by side. Once again, perfect timing as that iRacing safety pace car is down there onto the safety of pit lane. Justin Yaw, the Yawmentator, lead us out here going into 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
So here we go. Green flag. Gonna get back into the air. Let's look live as they come back into turn number 1. Drag race down into it. Here comes McCarthy on the outside. Huntley on the inside. Gonna have Higgins, and I can't tell who that other one is right there on the outside. Gonna bounce it off the wall. Is that Robbie Bice? It is Robbie Bice. He's gonna have kind of about have a car. They go around through there, working their way off. It's still side by side for the race leads. They come back into turn number 1.
Now Robbie Bice back up to P3. He's up 11 positions since the start of the race. Brian Utley Jr., he is clear for the race lead for the time being, but we'll have to see for how long. These are pretty much 2 different championships going at it here. Nose to tail separated by just under half a car length. Huntley Jr. back to the race lead. McCarthy is, he's hunting down Huntley Jr. for that race lead, and then it's our road course ringer, Daniel Higgins to P2. This is very interesting here, Justin. Another kind of thing that I've noticed here tonight. Daniel Higgins, as well as kind of bring up, I think it was Mark Berry or David Berry. Yeah, it was David Berry, our other road course ringer. That's kind of the 2 drivers that we have not seen any front tire lockups. They know how to work that brake pedal to where there's no lockup, but where you're getting the maximum braking capability of the car that you're running in. Nice run here tonight for Daniel Higgins, running in that final driver interview position spot for the time being.
Yeah, good run for these guys, you know. And obviously being a road course guy, they've got the brake, I guess, skill down, if you want to call that. What it is, I guess, I don't even know the word for it. We're going to call it that. But to have that kind of where you need it is key. I think it comes into play, especially obviously on road courses, because that's where their bread and butter is. But especially on like these kind of tracks where you're off and on the brakes so much, but having that kind of skill set is beneficial, especially to the crew guys and the pit crew and the crew chief. Having that kind of expertise helps a lot.
Oh, Matthew Fitz goes around. I saw that live in the timing and scorings. Golly, Matthew, right when he started to work his way back up through the field, he's in it with Robbie Bice as well as a little bit of a synchronized spin and swim there for the 69 and 28. Oh man, I've said this before, Justin Yamentator. I feel bad for the Matthew Fitz machine, but at this point, it's like, what do we need to do? Not on Matthew's end of things, but as far as good luck goes or whatever it may be, Matthew Fitz, like again, one of the fastest drivers out on track for probably for 2 months in a row now, is just caught up in something with nothing of his doing.
Is that a Jeb Burton and a Sam Mayer kind of thing? Do we claim that or no?
You're exactly right.
Boy, me and my cousin were watching the Xfinity racing.
No.
And you know, it's the funniest thing. Listen, you know, if you've never watched, go watch a Ward Burton interview. Ward don't know how to pronounce his R.
Oh yeah.
So it's what? And they messed him up and they made him drive the Caterpillar car. Like, come on, guys.
It reminded me of, at first I thought you were talking about Kenny Wallace and all of his kind of social media stuff lately.
Oh, don't get me started on Kenny. Don't get me started on Kenny. That dude is hilarious.
I got to have a translator with me to see his social post, but as we hopped on board with Fitz and Bice, two of those Monster Energy, I believe they are teammates there, but different manufacturers. Speaking of teammates here, Justin, real quick, let's take a look at these point standings. These are, of course, before the race, and if you're just now joining us, well, first of all, I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and secondly, there you see Kyler McCarthy. He is up there in our point standings, but that's leading the rookie points. Tyler Massey, Austin Meisch right there behind them. It's not until Chris Campbell there in P5 for our point standings. He's actually leading the regular point standings. So we're going to crown 2 champions, not at Phoenix, but at Gateway in 2 weeks' time. I believe we've got that one all cleared up here behind the scenes, and that's why. Hey, we're seen
just commentators.
We're Yamentators, and we've seen some clean racing here from the Bump and Run Cup Series. But I think, Justin, that's why we've seen some elbows out here tonight, because these drivers know there's only 2 more races after this to try and work everything out here as we get the green flag out. Once again, it's side by side for the race lead. Kyler McCarthy, Brian Huntley Jr. side by side going out of the exit of turn number 2. Brian Huntley is quarter clear for the race lead.
Here comes that 88 machine. He has got a lot of speed right now, but don't count out that 24 hot rod. McCarthy's had the speed all night long. If you remember earlier on, he kind of got upped out the way a little earlier on as we're less than 50 laps to go here. Man, they are bumping, banging, bumping and running, doing what they do best here in this series. That's for sure.
Cameron Smith, David Barry is right there running side by side across the stripe for 2 laps in a row. Cameron Smith is going to try to make the inside line work, and that's Napa number 9 Chase Elliott inspired paint scheme. Looks like Tyler Massey tried to flirt with disaster on the outside line. He's going to lose a little bit of speed, a little bit of momentum as Charles Van Schwick, Chris Campbell moves up 2 spots there. Travis Farmer and Terry Dugay look side by side. Looks like Travis is finally quarter clear from that battle back to be number 11. We'll go back up to the race lead here as Kyler McCarthy's doing everything that he can to try and get 2 top 11 finishes in 2 weeks. Kyler McCarthy finishing P11 last week from Dega. Our race leader right now, that's Brian Huntley Jr. And Brian, unfortunately, not even finishing up there in the top 10, but right now showing that he's got the short track speed, he's got the short track pace, as well as some side-by-side for that final driver interview spot.
Got a lot of speed. There goes Higgins, going to send that baby on up to the corner.
Oh, come on, man.
Just checking out the wall, checking out the paint job, I guess, on the wall. Man, here comes Austin into the picture. How about this, number 97? And Austin, we've kind of talked about all year. Austin is a win waiting to happen. That 97 has put in the work all year and has just had zero luck to show for it. But that 97, keep an eye on him. Now, Hayes, Kansas, he's got a chance, baby. That's all we got to ask for.
Oh, I think I see some smoke up here down in turn 1. But we're going to keep things all green flag running for the time being. Looks like, yeah, everything's all clean there. That really scared me because you're exactly right there, Justin. Austin Mice has really done an immaculate job to work his way back up here into the top 3. It looks like we're still barbecuing it out here in the turns 1 and 2. It's still green flag running. David Berry back up to P4 right now. It's a 4-way battle for the race lead, and if we look at the pit stop strategy, the top 3 drivers right here all pitted on lap 41, but it's not until David Berry, P4, he pit on lap 57. Let's see, did he take tires? You best believe it looks like David Berry took 4 tires on lap number 57. That's about 15 to 20 laps newer tires. I believe if David Berry is able to find his rhythm, we could be seeing this 56 battle for the race lead here in just a few moments' time. Still Brian Huntley Jr. holding them all off as their right front breaker rotors start to glow.
We start kind of getting a little more bumping, running, moving, without putting ludicrous, move, get out the way. When do we start getting to that point of I've got to use this bumper and get you the heck out of my way if I want to race win?
Now, as we hop on board with Austin Mice here, Justin, kind of walk us through it as well as we see Terry Duggett going down one lap here.
Great sun breathe.
What are you doing to try and make a pass, or are you trying to save some right side tires right now as David Berry continues to close in on you?
I think you got to try to save tire, but you can't let this thing get too far away from you, if that makes sense. You got to keep these guys within striking distance, but you got to make sure you're there. Don't wear this thing out too early on in this run and then not be able to be there at the end. Now, hey, that might be a strategy. You may try to keep this thing right there in the top, whatever, until the end. And once, at the end, we're going full send, no slowdowns, move, get out the way. So it'll be interesting. We're running out of laps quick. I mean, what, 33 laps to go?
My math is math, and you're about exactly right. And it looks like Austin Mice is starting to get a little bit checked up there from the 24 of Kylan McCarthy, the Nitro Racing Chevrolet Camaro machine. He's trying to reel in our race leader of Brian Huntley Jr. If that's those top 3 still on the same set of tires, and then you have David Berry, who's just about, we'll call it 7/10 of a second back from this battle for the race lead. We've seen some lap traffic here really be a game changer here from Martinsville and the virtual paperclip as well as the real life paperclip. Justin, our next driver down, with all due respect, is Travis Farmer. It looks like he's making his way through 3 and 4 this time by. Brian Huntley Jr., the race leader, is now making his way through 3 and 4. Is that going to be our game changer tonight? Is some lap traffic?
Yeah, I think that's going to come into play real quick. Like, how quick are you able to kind of get around this lap traffic? And also, how do you use the lap traffic to your advantage? Do you maybe use them as a pick and try to maybe hope they slow the guy behind you down just a little bit, or you can put some space in between, or do you just don't look in the rearview and get going?
All different strategies, all different kind of driver styles that we're going to see from some short track racing tonight, whether it's trying to make that late diamond in the apex, trying to make that run out of number 2 and 4 happen, or you try to slice it, dice it a little bit deeper into the corner, compromise that corner exit. There you see flames flying out the exhaust pipe of the number 97 Austin Mice machine. It's a 3-way battle for the race lead. David Berry, no! What happens to the 56?
Oh, no.
Cameron Smith goes by. Here's a quick race replay. Did the 56 just lose it? Oh, he did.
Curb. What did he hit, Sean?
He hit the curb, and unfortunately, ladies and gents, that curb won.
Moment of silence for a fallen brother who hit the curb.
Let's see it. Yep, there you see it. Just enough to upset the car. Look at David Berry's cat-like reflexes. Meow! He slams the brake down there to the floor. He's able to save the number 56 machine. Hot Rod, I think that's a Ford Dark Horse Mustang. We'll get back out here to the race lead as it is Brian Huntley Jr. with a 0.2 of a second gap over Kyler McCarthy. 25 laps to go this time by. Real quick, before we get to the nitty-gritty tonight, enjoy a quick, maybe 2 to 3 laps, crank it up. Enjoy these sights and sounds of these next-gen NASCAR machines racing around Martinsville Speedway. Ladies and gents, you can slowly crank this puppy back down as we have brake rotors glowing. 3 battle for the race lead as Kyler McCarthy gets into the number 97 of Austin Mice, spins the 97 into the safer barrier.
Oh, no.
Austin Mice probably not going to be too happy there. Kyler McCarthy saying, hey, I got a little bit deep into the braking zone, but have places to be. I got it just briefly there.
Oh, no.
All right.
Well,
let's break it down now. Functional brother. Justin, what happens here?
Let's take a look. See, 97 going to go up high. That's just racing, man. He's going to try to get back down to the bottom. Unfortunately, Kyler going to beat him there.
I honestly think, look at this. I mean, Brian Huntley Jr., he knows how to make lap times here. This is the battle for the race lead, but maybe it kind of caught Austin Mice, or maybe just Austin Mice a little bit too deep into the braking zone. Up the racetrack he goes, tries to get back to the bottom there, and there's just the slightest bit of contact between the 24 and the 97.
Boy, howdy. I mean, they were side by side racing so clean there for the longest time. All it took was one little move, and next thing you know, there goes somebody.
So we have pit lane is pretty busy. I think we're actually going to send it down there. I think we have Justin Yall, the Yamatator, is teleported down there in pit lane. Mark Berry is in his pit stall.
Yeah, here we go. A lot of changes right here. This 25, he's been in and out of the pit so far. Kind of been caught up in a couple accidents, but he's going to get her cleared up. This 25 looking for a good start. Crew said he's kind of been quiet on the radio. 4 tires, a little bit of damage repair, and they're going to hold him for just a second. Don't know if he got a penalty or what, but here we are. Away they go.
I'm down here with Matthew Fitz. Is in the third pit box. He's looking to just fix up a little bit more damage as well in the number 69 Chevrolet Camaro Monster Energy paint scheme. Looks like he's got it just all kind of getting ready to go, but now he's going to lose one more lap by, as well as Terry Dugay still down there into the pits. iRacing safety pace car is headed to me as well. Justin and Sean will send it back up to you into the virtual booth.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sean, down there in pit lane. So here we go. Restart zone, fixing to get real busy. 18 laps to go here at Martinsville. Green flag, gonna fly. Pretty much gonna be a 2-horse race. Cameron Smith gonna come knocking on the door like a Jehovah's Witness. Here he comes. Going to stick his nose in there. Can McCarthy get to the bottom? He's going to have to take care of these tires. It's the only way he's going to be able to get back to the back bumper of Huntley. But Smith going to do everything he can to try to put the block on. Here comes the 17 of Tyler Massey upside. Here comes Chuck 2, rounding out our top 5.
And how about Cameron Smith rocking and rolling? Call him, where did he come from? Where did he go? Because tonight his nickname, hey, once again, is Cotton Eye Joe as he works his way back up to P4. He tries to get that final driver interview spot away from Tyler Massey. Tyler Massey making the outside line work. It's still side by side between the number 9 and the 41, but it's showing the 23 on screen. Charles Van Schwick, he is damn quick in that GOAT racing diecast machine. He clears Cameron Smith. Now Cameron Smith falls back to P number 6 as Austin Mice looks to try to make something happen with his slight mistake, with Cameron's slight mistake there. As we have another spin, it's Brian Huntley Jr. goes around. No, Brian, no.
Oh my. All right, here comes the fun part. Did he have any assistance?
The fun part, it's Law and Order. Hit the old the dun-dun there. Battle for the race lead. Not sure if he had help from Kyler McCarthy there or not. That we're going to have to re-rack and restack that one up on the race replay. But that's huge here, Justin, because this could be 2 separate incidents that we've had for the race lead.
Oh, my.
No help at all from the Kyler McCarthy
centered.
machine. Sing it, Justin, sing it.
He fought the curb in. Curb one.
This is going to be the best look at it here. Look at this. McCarthy just trying to play as much defense as he can there. That's what hitting the curb will do. Hop on board with Kyler McCarthy at speed. Excuse me, this is Huntley Jr. Excuse me.
Oh, man, you know Brian's going to be mad about that.
Oh, he's
going to be
probably
mad.
Still fuming, and I would be too.
Oh, my.
Well, that changes quite a bit, ladies and gents, because well, our battle here for the rookie. There it is. I don't know. I have been, man, every time I study, I don't know what it is, but I'm putting on that one. I have been, and it's going to continue. But in all seriousness, though, it's going to be our detective. It's going to be Kyler McCarthy out to the race lead and the 24 machine. Tyler Massey and Charles Van Schwick are rounding out P3. But remember, like we talked about earlier, Justin, it's Chris Campbell, Brian Huntley Jr. It's a lot of these kind of older, excuse me, not older, but drivers who have run in the Bump and Run Cup Series just throughout the full last couple seasons, like Tyler Myers, Josh, and Chris Campbell. It's kind of a split call here between the rookie battle for the championship here in 2 weeks' time, not at Phoenix, but at Gateway, as well as the battle for kind of the AM versus Pro, call it what you will, rookie versus Bump and Run veterans. We're going to get side by side. We have 9 laps to go here tonight from the virtual paperclip. The field is in Kyler McCarthy's hands, but it's side by side through second, third, on fourth, on back. There's the 23 of Charles Van Schwick. He is done saving tire. He is done messing around. He's going to work that outside line, but he has contact with the number 17 of Tyler Massey. That opens up the door for David Berry. David Berry to P2. Here comes Daniel Higgins down there for the inside line for P3. Slices, dices. He misses the corner. There goes the 17 back to P3. Tyler Massey, Charles Van Schwick back to P4. Oh, no!
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Get on the brakes, Higgins.
Lock her down.
Get on the brakes, Higgins.
Oh, Schwick involved, Higgins involved, Mice involved, Huntley Jr. Oh, don't tell me Brian Huntley Jr. involved 2 cautions in a row. Let's see what happens here. And once again, folks, this has been clean racing throughout the whole season, clean, ethical racing throughout the whole season. But right now, and I don't blame them, ladies and gents, you have to get your elbows out. Right now, it's the time in the season. You have to do what you got to do. And I think this actually started with not Charles Van Schwick doing what he had to do, but Charles just getting loose, and it caught up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers.
Pinky's out.
Dunk. Oh.
Pinky's out. Yeah, you gotta get them pinkies out now. We're at that part of the season.
Let's hop on board with, I think Justin Steves would be a fun driver to hop on board with, because, I mean, he's running 4th right now, as well as this happened kind of right up there in front of him. Oh!
Boy, it's a big cardonk right there.
And we'll see what happened to Mr. Steves this time. And Justin's actually going to stay out on the racetrack. Once again, this isn't really a too much of an aerodynamically competitive racetrack there. On top of 4 wide, a little contact with Daniel Higgins, but man, Justin Steves, that tank of the Red Bull Chevrolet Camaro, he's going to stay out, and I think
he wishes he could grow wings.
He grew wings, and I think he could possibly be a driver to contend to one of these final driver interview spots, or even a battle for this race lead. Justin, we're at our 12th caution. We're side by side through the pack before we get going green. Thank you, Terry, Carrie, Iris, Joe Stipe saying, I swear I'm a better driver than this. Hey, Joe, you're still hanging out here with us in P17. Joe, appreciate you coming out here to the track tonight, and we'll see what you can do from some more short track racing from Phoenix and Gateway. Justin, take us away. This is going to be our coming to what I believe will be 6 to 7 laps to go. Here we go. David Berry, Kyler McCarthy getting ready to go.
Here we go. Restart zone's going to get busy. 4 laps to go. We'll decide this one. Barry back up here at the front. If you remember, he gave Kyler all he wanted to earlier on in this run. There goes Steves up the racetrack. Here comes the 56. Can he get him door quarter clear? He is as they go back off into turns 3 and 4.
Road course ringer David Berry to the point. Oh, as we have Justin Steves, who goes around hard on the outside safer barrier. Another caution on the racetrack.
Well, Barney's getting an arm workout up there.
wait for it. Could you imagine? All right, enough laughing, enough playing around here. Let's see what happens to the old 87. I don't think it was Justin Steves' fault here, but I'm just going off of what I think. Let's see what happens. Oh, my. Call that one what you will here, ladies and gents, but here, we'll take another look at it. I mean, you have to check up here if you are the Justin Steves machine, because I think he saw Travis Farmer start to get loose, and then I don't know if the rest of the field kind of got the memo there. Here's another look at it.
Somebody didn't get it.
No, look at Huntley Jr. so deep into there. Just contact there between the 88 and the 87.
Yeah, a lot of contact there. Steves, I mean, he's driving with a damaged hot rod, that's for sure. I mean, that's not even a Camaro, I don't think, anymore. It's just a Marrow.
Yeah, normally they come to a point up there in front, don't they? In that one.
There's no arrow, but there's no arrow anymore. It's just a car.
Yeah, it's a car.
Or I guess just a cuh.
Golly, as much damage as he got, I think so. Damage has kind of been, although it's not a mile and a half, it's not a super speedway. It's a half mile, but we've continued to talk about kind of the damage here on the different drivers' cars. Justin, how about David Berry knocking on my sim rig right now? This is the closest thing I got to me. I don't think there's really any damage on that Hot Wheels 56 Dark Horse Ford Mustang. This is, I think, if my math is mathing, what should be our first attempt at a green-white checkered. We've talked about elbows out here, but I think if we're about to see some elbows out, it's going to be within these next couple of laps, if not these next couple of restarts.
It's going to be the next couple. And you know what? I think we're that green, white checkered, baby. Green, white checkered. So here we go. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Re-rack, restacked. You got Barry. You got McCarthy. You got Massey. You got Campbell. Oh, boy. They got stacked up there. Here comes Barry. Inside, Massey going to look to the inside of number 2 of McCarthy. Barry going to get way on out there. Can he get it done? As they come around through 3 and 4 is side by side for P2.
Travis Farmer with a front left lock up there. He's not able to get the run off of corner number 4 that he was looking for. But it's David Berry to the race lead. It's Tyler Massey and Kyler McCarthy to second and third. Chris Campbell, he's gonna look up top there. Almost pulls a Chastain to the number 68. Bear to Bear customized. He goes for a spin as David Berry takes the checkered flag. It's Berry to the race win.
What a very good race.
A very good race, an excellent good race. It all comes down to that last lap, the last race restart there. Berry to P1, Massey P2, McCarthy P3, Mice, Farmer, Schwick, Brian Huntley Jr., Daniel Higgins, Justin Steves, and Samuel Litchfield rounding out our top 10. What a race, what a battle, what a win for the 56.
Farmer just back there doing his own thing. Boy, Cameron Smith is tore up back there. That machine is toast.
Ladies and gentlemen, out there, the cardboard cutouts out here in the Martinsville Virtual Speedway. Go ahead and cheer as loud as you possibly can for our race winner. It's David Berry who gets it done here tonight. Stick with us here in just a few moments' time as we'll get some unofficial, official race results as well as those top 3 driver interviews for you. Thanks, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Justin and I will be right back with you in just a few moments' time. All righty, we have those unofficial, official race results in here. It's David Berry taking it away in P1, Tyler Massey P2, Kyler McCarthy, that final driver interview spot. This is gonna be a fun one there in that P3. Austin Mice P4, 5th goes to Travis Farmer, 6-7 goes to Charles Van Schwick and Brian Huntley Jr. Daniel Higgins takes away P8, Justin Steves P9, and Samuel Litchfield P10.
Let's check. Oh, come on, computer. Cameron Smith, P11. Chris Campbell, 12th. Mark Berry, 13th. Terry Dougie, 14th. Matthew Fitz, 15th. Robbie Vice, 16th. And Joe Stipe going to round out our top 17.
All right, ladies and gents, we're going to catch up with these drivers here in just a few moments' time. We got some Kyler McCarthy, we got some Tyler Massey, as well as some David Berry action waiting for us. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a few moments' time. Thanks, everybody.
All right.
That number 23 almost spun me out too on one of the restarts.
Hey, David Berry, this is Sean Stam up here live in the Stam Studio Network virtual lane. You got yourself a copy, man. Nope.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm here.
Hey, David, man, how are you doing? You got it done. You got the virtual Martinsville grandfather clock here. How'd you get it done from this half mile, I would say speedway?
Tires. That's all. That's what it was. I mean, I just was. Kyler had been out there a good while. Tyler had, I don't know how many more laps he had, but it was just all about the tires at the end.
Man, David, it was a lot of fun to watch you there try and hold off the race pack from this race win, and you did just that. tires, those Goodyear Eagles, holding on for you. You did a great job at kind of saving those right sides for just enough grip to make this victory lane visit happen. David, what was going through your mind as not only in these last closing laps, but I mean throughout the rest of the race, you had to work hard for this race win, not leading just every single lap. What was going through your mind as you were battling side by side through a lot of these buddies that you have been, race after race?
Yeah, I mean, once I did pit, I ended up speeding. So, started in the back, and I mean, due to them having bad luck, that's the thing that got me up there. I mean, there was a couple of spins, and I'd gained 2 spots here, two spots there. Next thing you know, I'm inside of top 5, and knowing that I've got better tires than anybody in that top 5. So that was the plus. I think there was a couple of people that pitted with me, but I felt that those tires were going to come in, and they did. I mean, the restarts, it just stuck like glue. So, and I was able to roll the outside real well. So, and what's even nicer is I like finishing races with 0 incident points, and thankfully I was able to do that tonight.
That's a great transition into my next point, David. Up until you were burning it down there, kind of barely tapped the rear bumper into that outside safer barrier. But if you weren't the cleanest car that we had here tonight from finishing the race, you were definitely one of the cleanest cars visiting after the checkered flag. That was a lot of fun to watch, and that's even more specially said done. That's how you got it done out there with 0x from one of these short track races. David, who we shouting out to? Who gets it done here for you tonight here from Martinsville?
Will, Brian, all the admins, BNR's just, it's a great league. Everybody's fun to race with. Kyler, Tyler, both keeping it clean and just running some really good laps at the end, or throughout the whole race, actually. Brian was running real well up there. I really thought that he was going to win the race. That's who I picked to win earlier tonight. So I hate seeing him spin, but got to thank all those guys. I mean, it's just fun with racing with them week after week.
Well, thank you so much, David, and I know that goes a long, long way there behind the scenes for those guys. Have a great rest of your night, and best of luck here. See you next week at Phoenix.
Thank you, sir, and I also thank you guys with the broadcast. You guys do a great job, and I can't wait to rewatch it.
Oh, it'll be a fun one, David. Thank you so much. That goes a long, long way there behind the scenes. Have a great rest of your night, Dan.
Thank you. You too.
All right, I believe we have the commentator. It's Justin down there who is caught up live virtually with our P2 finisher. It's Tyler Massey, that Stam Studio Network Harvest Ford Mustang. Hey, it's just the right timing for it as it's Halloween time.
Yep, most definitely, Tyler. You got a copy, my friend?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good, man. Well, not a bad night at all. We'll take some momentum going into Phoenix, kind of walk us through maybe those last 15 laps. A lot of caution-filled race there, but able to bring it home P2.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting run there. Early off, it was nice. It's because it was me and David racing in the front, and we were able to get kind of a good gap between us and the rest of the pack. But then around, I think it was lap 56, we went into pit. And then it was just all about survival there, because shortly after I made that pit, my only pit stop of the race as well, I did spin out at one point, avoiding a wreck. I kind of locked the brakes up. I don't know if you guys caught that in one of the turns, and I was thankfully a caution of an unrelated accident came out. So it was pretty much just survival the whole race. I wish I went into pit with David around lap 100, but I ended up trying to stay out. And there was definitely a few really close calls there, and I just saw like everybody besides me and Kyler had at least 50 lap older tires. So it was just trying to survive and not get ran into in the rear end. I wish I had some more tires to maybe try to race David for the win there, but it was pretty fun racing with Kyler. We both raced cleaned. And I just got lucky on that restart of having the inside lane, because the inside lane just is so much better on restarts, and there's so much more grip down there. I think if he started on the inside lane, think he probably would have got me. And yeah, it was definitely great racing, and congrats to David and Kyler both.
Most definitely, man. Well, do we feel good going into Phoenix next week, or is it just a hope and a prayer? Try to lump that thing to the finish.
Knock on wood. I feel more confident at Phoenix than I did at Martinsville. Last time we were at Martinsville, I got 18x disqualified because I was involved in so many wrecks, because it's so hard to see when there's a wreck in front of you. But last time I ran Phoenix was I got taken out, but I led quite a bit of laps. So again, knock on wood, but I'm feeling pretty confident going into Phoenix than I am going into Martinsville.
Well, most definitely, man. Well, obviously, Tyler, you got anybody you'd like to thank here tonight?
Well, obviously, I need to thank you guys, the Stamp Studio Network, for hosting the races each and every week. As always, it makes it really fun being able to watch the races back and see how I can improve, and it just makes it so much more special than any official races. Also, Team Conti setup shop, guys over there really nice, and I do really like their setups. And yeah.
Tyler, we appreciate you each and every week here with us, and get ready to head west, go to Phoenix, and try to get a dub and get ready for Gateway to end us off for the year.
Absolutely. Good night, guys.
Real quick,
I believe Mr. Sean. Go ahead, Sean.
I was just gonna say before Tyler gets out of here, thank you so much, Tyler. That goes a long way there behind the scenes. And Justin, you are right there, as you were alluding to. I have caught up live with our P3 finisher down here in the virtual kind of victory lane top 3 finishers. Kyler McCarthy, the man, the myth, the legend, Nitro Racing Chevrolet Camaro. Hey, how about it? You finished P3 tonight.
Yeah, overall, start the pole, lead some laps, kind of use tonight as a test session for tomorrow. Obviously would have liked to do, a couple spots better, but just tires kind of kicked my butt there at the end, and then Austin Tyler having the inside lane there on the restart. So overall, good night for us. Take our first pole of the year, and go from there. For this being my worst track, and to have a crappy finish here in the spring and rebound to P3, it works out.
Man, that is saying something right there, Kyler. Worst track, back up to P3. Like you said, it's going to be that's some good practice and some good kind of laps here for you going into tomorrow night for the Full Throttle Performance Sim Racing crew. But man, tonight you're in the Bump and Run series, being our our rookie points leader. This is going to continue to rocket your way up through those point standings. How are you feeling going into Phoenix as well as Gateway as we continue to round up the Bump and Run Cup Series season?
I feel good. I feel like hopefully after next week we'll pretty much lock down the rookie stuff. Would like to obviously get the rookie and the overall, but they don't do it like that. So we'll definitely be back next year to try and get the overall title. So looking forward to that. Yeah, just keep on digging away. I know I love Gateway. It's one of my best tracks on the calendar. So looking forward to that as well.
Ooh, boy, we've heard that before in these driver interviews, and that normally transitions into victory lane there next week for the driver. Kyler, real quick before we let you get going, I hope that you had a great weekend with Terry and Carrie. We see you rocking the Stamp Studio Network merch. Before we let you get going here tonight, who we shouting out to makes this top 3 all possible for you, man?
Yeah, we definitely had a blast this weekend. It was it kind of sucked that it was so short, but we'll definitely have to do it again and make it maybe a little bit longer of a weekend. So got to shout out nitrosetupshop.com. If y'all don't have one, again, go get one. These things are bad fast. Robbie, my teammate, Fitz, Stan unfortunately wasn't here tonight. Bill Hells, y'all for the broadcast, and everybody that puts on this league, Brian and all the admin, appreciate all the hard work they do week in and week out, especially with all the BS they got to put up with. So it was definitely fun racing Brian there. I hate that it happened like that with him catching the curb, but we all make mistakes. We're not perfect.
Man, that's well said. That kind of caught us off guard as well, but we saw quite a few drivers hit those curbs tonight, and unfortunately fighting the curb will win. Kyler McCarthy, great run tonight. I'm glad that you had fun over the weekend with Terry and Carrie, and man, next time we're going to have to get all myself and Justin joining you as well. Until then, though, I think that'll do us for it here tonight. David Berry, Tyler Massey, Kyler McCarthy, that top 3 finish. Austin Mice, Travis Farmer, Van Schwick, Huntley Jr., Higgins, Justin Steves, and Litchfield finishing that top 10. Kyler, we appreciate you taking the time for a quick driver interview. Justin, I again appreciate you spending yours Tuesday and Wednesday, as well as everybody down there live in Sam Studio Network YouTube land as well. Don't go anywhere here because, well, in just about the same time, 24 hours, we're going to bring you some more Martinsville Speedway action here. A lot of these same drivers racing in that full throttle performance sim racing league. That's going to do it here for us here tonight, though, on Sam Studio Network. Everybody have a great rest of your night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.